Conor Glass, congratulations. How does it feel, Ulster Club champions for the first time ever in your history?
Yeah, obviously it's an amazing feeling. As Conor Carville said there, some of these boys have won it right from under 14, so it's a testament for that group of players to stick at it and obviously reach the holy grail in Ulster football, so it's obviously a special feeling.
Can you sum up what it means to all the supporters out here? It's scenes of Derry winning the Ulster this year, the flags, all of the people out on the pitch.
Yeah, I don't want this year to end. It's been a special year for everyone in Derry, and especially the spectators and the players of Glen. Long may it continue.
Talk to me about the intensity out there. I've covered a lot of games. This is probably one of the most intense games that I've covered, from on the pitch to up on the stands to on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's Kilcoo sort of. That's the way they play, and we had a match. Their intensity. They've been to 3 Ulster finals. They're all Ireland champions last year, so that's a testament to those boys to go back year on year and stick at it. All those articles this week about the Brannigans talking about this is what they do and they're so focused, and you can see why they've reached this pinnacle. But I guess we had that age, we had that heartbreak from last year, and that's what got us over the line today.
Yeah, very intense game, but a lot of respect out there, because you do respect what Kilcoo have done for the game and for Ulster football.
There was a lot of respect, but there's some respect that I don't have for some of the players. But that's just the way football is. I'm not going to say what stays in the pitch stays in the pitch, but it is what it is.
What are you talking about? Maybe the midfield battle. That was one battle in particular that was a very tough one.
I'll say nothing about it. All right, it's there's some sportsmanship you you can get on with, but then there's some, I guess, stuff you can't just forget. So it is what it is.
Fair enough. Yeah. And one part of the game that was very key today was pushing up on those kickouts. You forced them to go long.
Absolutely. We knew we had to go after Malachy's kickouts. I guess we caused a bit of turnovers last year. We knew that was an area we wanted to improve on, and the last goal came from a long kick-out. We were able to get the break, and the boys finished up top. So the forwards done a great job in pressing up.
And obviously there was a lot of hurt there from last year, 2 periods extra time for the Ulster semi-final. So I'm sure that was in your back of your minds coming here today.
Absolutely. I was probably 1 or 2 points in it the whole game, and I had that exact feeling in my mind from last year. We went to point up last year, and they obviously got the goal. So it's just making sure we didn't let in a goal. And thankfully got our own goal in the finish to give us a bit of a cushion. But we got to enjoy the celebrations now. Yeah,
it was Alex Doherty that got in. He took it round Bobo Kane in the end and just put it in the back of the net. How relieved were you at that point?
Oh, surreal. I think I just jumped on Conleth and Bradley and nets. But no, it was a well-worked goal. And that's what those boys did in the training pitch tonight all night. It was from Conleth, McGuckian to Alex Doherty. It's 2 of the youngest boys in the team, so it's a fair play to them. And they're able to bring that excitement, which we love to see.
Now you're looking forward to an All-Ireland semi-final?
Looking forward to Christmas first. So now I'll get through Christmas, head away next week for a bit of sun too. So and then we'll obviously focus on Whitehall, and they're obviously Galway champions and Conleth champions. So they have a bunch of the Kelly brothers. So move on from the Brannigan brothers to the Kelly brothers. So it's looking forward to it now.
And your work's not done. You still have a queue of people here behind you. A lot of kids. Do you enjoy this side of things?
Absolutely do. This is the next generation. My role at the minute is just to be a role model for the younger generation and leave the jersey in a better place from when I got it. So hopefully we can do that over the next 5 to 10 years.
Brilliant, Conor. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much. All right, cheers. All good.
Malachy, Rourke, sum it up. Ulster champions, how does it feel?
Yeah, it's a brilliant feeling. We knew coming here today that we were going to have to put in a massive performance to take the crown of the reigning All-Ireland champions and Ulster champions, obviously. And I suppose we got that. Started off the game really well and had Kilcoo in a bit of bar. When we were able to get 5 points up, obviously the goal they got back and put them right back in the game, and then the penalty miss was a big one as well. But I still felt at half time the boys were in good shape. They were I suppose ready for any setback and just keen to push on in the second half. And it took us a while, but we got there in the end.
And coming into this game, did you hammer home to them how important to get a good start would be?
Yeah, I suppose every team looks to get a good start, but we just felt that last year we were a wee bit passive against Kilcoo and we didn't ask enough questions of their defence, so we wanted to do that right from the off. Today we wanted to really ask questions of them and try to, create a wee bit more space in there and then for our runners and to attack them spaces and get the scores. And lucky enough that worked out well, especially early on. And then the second half, it was backs to the wall a wee bit. They pushed up man to man, but eventually we did get a few wee incisions and got a couple of scores that gave us that bit of breathing space. And obviously then the goal at the end put the cap on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And pushing up on their kick out, forcing them to go long, that was probably a key thing winning the game, especially in that first half.
Yeah, it was. We did it. Kilcoo were very good on the ball, and we wanted to make sure that they had the fight to get it, and then put a bit of pressure on them as well, and then try to be solid defensively. If you didn't get the ball up there, try to be solid defensively. I thought they caught us a couple of times. They're very pacey and there's good movement up there, and they caught us obviously for the goal and even the penalty as well. But overall, our defence was good. The boys showed tremendous hunger right from the start, all around the field, and got a couple of great blocks there towards the end of the game. And it was lucky enough to see us through.
Yeah, a lot of blocks, a lot of bodies on the ground, very, very intense. I don't know how many times I've said the word intense at this game, but really it was from looking up on the press backs onto the pitch, on the sideline as well. It was something else, and I suppose that intensity, that's what Kilcoo bring.
Yeah, that's right. And we knew, we had to match that if we were going to win the game, and that's what it's about. And I suppose it's trying to keep your head when in the middle of that chaos, and being able to make the right decisions on the ball and so on like that. And we did that for a lot of the game. We did that. There was a wee period to start the second half when we gave the ball away a wee bit, but we were under serious pressure time. But as the game went on, I thought we started to take control of it again, and lucky enough got those couple of scores, as I say, to give us that breathing space. But no, it was just we knew we had to go to the final whistle, and lucky we were able to do that.
The midfield area is probably one of the biggest battles of the game. You have Conor Glass, Emma Bradley in there. What a partnership to have in a club team.
Yeah, we're so lucky to have them. The county midfield, never mind a club midfield. But no, they give you so many options. It's not only obviously for the high ball from kickouts, but they're so good around the field. They're so mobile. They put in so much work. They're two great leaders, and then they're very good going forward as well. So they're a great package to have. So. No, we're delighted to have them, and obviously put in massive displays today.
And for you personally, where does this rate? Winning an Ulster club title, I see what it means to all of the Glen supporters here today. They flooded the pitch like it was the Derry final this year. All the flags, everybody was out. It meant a lot. Where does it rate for you in your personal, I suppose, career?
Someone else asked me that, and it's not really, and it's not about me rating it or anything else. That doesn't really come into it. It's just delighted for everybody here when you see how much it means to the community, and Mahara is a massive footballing community, and that's what football's all about, is making memories like that and seeing the joy it can bring to communities. And the community's had a tough time over this last year or 2 years. And it's just to see the joy there today. It's brilliant. That's what makes it. And it makes it for the players and every one of us involved. So no, it's just it's hard to rank. When you become involved with any team and everybody commits, you have some great days out. And obviously this one here is a special one as well.
And you'll enjoy the celebrations now, and then enjoy Christmas, and then an All-Ireland semi-final to look forward to, Malachy. That sounds good.
It does, brilliant, and no, there'll be a few days celebration, I'd imagine, and then it's a matter of trying to get refocused and looking ahead, and I think there's 4 teams left now, and everyone will have designs on first of all trying to get to the All-Ireland final and win the competition, and we're no different. But we know we'll have a big struggle the next day, so it'll just be getting refocused and look at trying to get our best performance the next day. That'll give us the best chance of going through, and that's all we can do.
Brilliant, Malachy. Thank you. Thanks so much. Conleth, congratulations, man of the match, and you're champions of Ulster. How does it feel?
It's unbelievable. Set out to start the year trying to retain our county title. Last year, Conor always says this: you either win or you learn. So we took a lot of learning out of last year. The semi-final went through. Took it into the day, and thankfully we went all the way and also champions.
And what was it like out there on the pitch? It was a high intensity game from looking on from the press box. What was it like for you?
So it was probably one of the toughest games I've ever played in, but I didn't expect any less. Kilcoo being the All-Ireland champions, they're champions for a reason. We knew it was going to go the whole way right to the very end, and thankfully we were on the right side of it.
You were 5 points up with about 14 minutes gone in that first half. Kilcoo were yet to register a score. What was going through your mind then?
Yeah, first half, I heard someone else say I think it was maybe 5 different individual scores too. It just shows quality all over the pitch, different scoring threats. But we always do. We pride ourselves trying to get a good start. We knew Kilcoo were going to come back, as they always do. They hit the net. And then on that, I think there was maybe no more than a kick of a ball on it. So, thankfully, we don't know.
And last year it was an Ulster semi-final that you lost out to Kilcoo. Was there a lot of hurt there coming into this game, a bit of motivation?
Yeah, but I suppose there was. More just learning. For us last year was the first committee title. Ulster was all more a bonus territory, whereas this year we won our inter-county and then pushed on Ulster. So yeah, I suppose we learned a lot from last year and still do this for the day. So thanks.
They're obviously a brilliant team, the reigning All-Ireland champions. They've gone for 3 in a row here today, so to knock them off that run, I suppose, it's an unbelievable thing to be able to have done.
Fantastic team. Malachy coming into the game, it was going to have to be our best performance over the last 2 years. Nothing else would have done the job. I think we've done that today. We matched them all over the pitch. Testament to them as well. Great champions, I'm sure they'll be back.
Did you ever think this would be possible, growing up playing for Glen, that you'd win an Ulster title?
Growing up, I was sort of, there's 4 or 5 of us on a different crop of players. Didn't really get much underage success. We were watching the sort of the older men in the team, all like I'm saying that now, but so we never really had much success for them boys. It was just natural winning. So this days it gets here, I never sort of dreamed of. But thankfully, it just shows the amount of work that's been put into the club. So testament to everybody putting the work over the years, not even just ones that are here today. People that can't be with us today, as much for them as it is for the ones that are here today. So.
Brilliant, and you have a lot of leaders out there on the pitch as well, the likes of Emma Bradley, McGuckian, Conor Glass, to have players like that of that ability and that experience is pretty special.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. See, most county teams in Ireland would be lucky to have a midfield partnership. They got never made at club level.
Yeah.
So boys that got there all over the pitch to rely on. Week in, week out, consistency levels, just even at training, look up to them boys from the wage. So it's just great to be out there and all season.
You'll enjoy the celebrations and enjoy Christmas and then All-Ireland semi-final.
Yep, that's it. Make her a much happier Christmas now. Enjoy ourselves, but as I say, we'll do into the All-Ireland campaign as we did this campaign. We'll just take one game at a time. Hopefully that'll be enough to see where it takes us.
Brilliant, Conor. Thanks so much.
Right, thanks very much.
Conor, congratulations. I'm sure you're a happy man.
Oh, it's magic. Can't put it into words. Just never thought we'd see. We won our first championship last year and won Ulster. Just magic feeling.
Absolutely, and it was a very tough battle out there. It did not come easy.
What else to expect with Kilcoo, All-Ireland champions? They're the best team in Ireland. We knew that. We knew how to play at the top of our game to even be at their level. And thankfully, we came through today.
Building up to today in your trainings and everything else, what did you talk about, or was it about that intensity that would be here today? Because you seemed like you brought the intensity. You were very much ready for it.
Just trying to build towards that best performance of the year. We've been had good performances, bad performances, we've been patched, but we knew to be at the level of Kilcoo, we had a match of intensity, and that's what it was. Going in and having a crack at it and see where it took us, and thankfully it took us over the line.
You've got the best start to the game, 5 points with no reply. I think it was 14 minutes gone before Kilcoo registered to score, so that was probably key to today's win too.
It was. We got a good start. Things were going well, and then we did get a setback with a goal. Come back, but we just knew calm, cool heads, and thankfully we saw it out and got over the line.
What was said at half time? We were 1 point up going into the dressing room.
Just sort of, we've been in different positions at half time. We've been 1 down, we've been 2 down, we've been 2 up maybe. It's just cool heads and just sort of nothing changes. Just second half, that intensity, bring it again. But we knew Kilcoo, the team they are, they were going to come back out hard at us.
Yeah.
And they did. And thankfully, thank God we got over the line.
Intensity is the word of the moment, definitely with this game. Even off the pitch, along the sideline, up in the crowd. And I know people say that, the supporters can be the extra man on the pitch, but my God, the Glen supporters today, they really were.
They got us over the line there after that minutes, because there's some tough minutes there, maybe 15, 10 minutes to go. They're struggling, and the support just brought us over, give us a little bit of inspiration, and we get over the line. Thankful.
Do you think this moment would ever happen for you in a Glen jersey to be winning an Ulster title?
I didn't, because there's been some long days, there's been some tough losses, some questions asked of us over the years, and just thank God we get over the line.
Derry's football's in a pretty good place at the minute.
Strong place at the minute, you see, with the seniors there winning Ulster, and hopefully we can just keep driving on now, keep driving football in a good place.
And what's Malachy like as a manager?
Words don't describe. He's just a serious man, magic. Just serious belief. He knows his stuff. Ryan there too, man. Brilliant trainer, and just thank God we got him.
So you enjoy the celebrations, enjoy Christmas, and then you have an All-Ireland semi-final.
That's it. I have to enjoy the next few days playing back at it and give All Ireland credit.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Conor. Well done.
Thanks very much.
you.
It's more an honour to Corn, Andy Merrigan, McGuckian, Bordola, Erson Munster and Glen. For years, people said Glen had no character. We're underachievers. We're mentally weak. Had no leaders. Today, we're kings of Ulster. First of all, I want to thank Kieran here and the Ulster board for putting on a serious competition. This is such a